Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jake from Project Blacklist. So this is actually going to be our last episode for season 1. We wanted to have a little bit of a break before we start our second season, which is actually going to be starting the first Monday of February, which is February 7th. With that being said, there are going to be a couple of changes, and nothing bad. We are going to be adding video to our YouTube podcast format. This is something that's been requested highly by a lot of the people who watch or listen to our podcast. And honestly, we kind of realized it ourselves that it doesn't really make sense for us to release a video of audio of us talking about the podcast. Doesn't really make much sense. Plus, the added benefit of seeing our reactions to the stupid shit that is said a lot of the times is definitely going to be fun for us because we now get to see each other within these interactions too, because this entire time it's just been audio for us. But we're definitely excited about that. Also coming in season 2, we are going to be finally having guests. We hinted at this before. We said that we were going to do guests within the podcast, but we just never really actually got around to it or really having anybody come on or really even asking many people at all. So in the future, you guys will be seeing that as well. All right, guys, with that being said, thank you so much for the support. We appreciate you guys watching and listening wherever you may be. Enjoy the rest of this episode. Welcome, everybody, back to Project Blacklist. This is episode 21. Episode 21. This is gonna be very controversial.
Merry Christmas.
Brian and I already said that we're gonna fight, so that's gonna be fun.
We're fighting about a different. Well, whatever. We're fighting all episodes.
Wait, I thought we all agree on the main topic though.
The main topic, but one of the side topic though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the main topic for today is gonna be Mustang versus Camaro versus Challenger. How do we feel about it? I want to hear your guys' thoughts because I have very strong opinions on this. Because I grew up with these three in my life a lot. So I just want to hear what you guys have to say. Please.
Who wants to go first?
90s Mustangs are top tier.
Wait, are you being serious?
I'm dead ass.
Okay.
I'm so serious.
Are you talking Fox body 90s?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Okay.
yeah. But the one after
So,
that.
I'm sorry.
Mid 80s to mid 90s.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Because the early 2000s Mustangs.
Trash.
Right. Other than the Terminator. Terminator is dope.
Or the Celine version.
Celine's okay. The Celine, I don't like the body styling on the Celine.
Though, like, are we? Like, I know it's a Mustang, but are we giving that to Ford?
It's a Celine. It's not a Mustang.
Yeah, it's a Celine.
And even then, the styling of the Celine was iffy. Like it was weird. I didn't like it.
I don't know. Also, I do love the new Challengers. Like the newer year Challengers from like what, 15?
Yeah, 15 and above is where they made the huge style change.
Yeah, those
18 and up is when they introduced like the wide body and shit.
Like the current body styling now is just so nice.
Damn dude, I hate to agree with you. And the only reason I hate to agree with you is because of the fact that the culture of that fucking car.
The culture for all three of them. Who's the worst?
Challenger and Charger, 100%.
I agree.
Through and through. Will always be the worst.
Wait, we're saying
oh my God.
Worst is Camaros.
No, I don't.
The
I don't
culture?
agree.
Actually, dude, fuck, because Mustang has like those jackasses too, though.
But Mustangs,
they all have jackasses.
Culture is the worst. Like, what are we talking worst?
Yeah, but like the
worst
Mustang kids are like.
Because Mustang kids crash a lot, like a lot.
I would rather hang with the Mustang kids and be like a mentor to them on how to drive, than deal with the shenanigans and fucking all out bullshit of the Challenger and Charger drivers.
I'd rather hang out by myself than with.
Yeah, but I feel like a school
agree.
shooter is more likely to buy a Mustang than a Challenger.
I think he's more likely
to buy a Camaro. I'm gonna be straight up. I think a school shooter's buying a fucking 90s Camaro, if anything. Like
all right, well,
a fucking IROC Z.
What is all three of our favorites if we could pick out of one of these three cars?
My Mustang.
I'm picking Mustang.
I'm also picking Mustang.
And I'm gonna give my opinion on this. And it has nothing to do with the background of the Mustang in my life, because I've had Mustangs in my life since I was fucking born.
Did they run you over?
Okay, nope, that was before fucking millennials got a hold of them. So
Aren't you a millennial?
I am a millennial. My thing with the Mustang that I love so much is the non-stop effort to improve it and actually listen to their community.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that they've done really well throughout the years. They've always improved on what they had last. Obviously, they like every car company had a lull when they, when the Camaro and the Challenger came back in like 2008. When those came back, those were garbage, absolute garbage. But at that time, the Mustang wasn't much better. The Mustang had the least amount of horsepower, had the least displacement.
See, I don't care about the power. I care about the refinement and the fact that it has the highest revving V8. Those two things is what makes me like the Mustang more.
It wasn't always like that. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, like with the new one, of course.
Here's the thing. Even when they brought the 5.0 back in 2012 or 2011, actually. Sorry, I just got a weird text. So when it was actually an important thing, but I'm gonna let it be. When they brought the Mustang, the 5.0 back in 2011, it wasn't that high revving of an engine. It wasn't until 2015 when they made the new body style in 2016 where they refined it a little bit more and actually, decided like, hey, this is going to be like the high revving, hollow sounding, powerful V8 that is good at all ranges. But their big hitch in 2015 that they needed to do was get rid of the live axle, because from from fucking the 80s and 90s, from the fucking beginning of the Mustang until 2015, it was a live rear axle, but they kept putting more power into the car. Live rear axles are only good for fucking drag racing. On the street, they're not feasible at all. So you can't take a fucking turn at all. And that's why the Camaro was so much better at the time, because it had a better suspension system overall. So it was more refined at the time, but the Mustang overall nowadays has gotten a lot better. If I were to pick the new Z01 versus the Shelby GT500, I would lean towards the GT500. But that new Camaro, I cannot deny, man. That thing is so sexy. He's a monster.
A Challenger starts at 29?
Probably for the V6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the Mustang and Camaro are way fucking cheaper than that shit.
Yeah, but for a V6. Or for an EcoBoost.
Yeah, but the EcoBoost engine's savage though.
Yeah, but it's a fucking 4-cylinder in a Mustang.
Like I would actually take it.
Sounds like shit.
As much of a fucking sin as it would be, I think it would be fun to have.
Yeah, it would. It's such a good price for the.
It would be fun to have, but I'm sorry, it just
price
sounds
for performance
awful.
Is wild.
There's not a single EcoBoost engine that they have that I enjoyed the sound of.
We can't fix that.
Yes, we can. We can take it out.
Exhaust.
No, I said you're acting like we can't fix that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I think my mic was just acting up. That's all.
Yeah, it was.
It sounded like you were tap dancing on it.
Whoa.
I don't like. I think Camaro has like. What would you say out of the three has the worst entry level spec?
Challenger.
Yeah.
Challenger is fucking disgusting entry level.
29 grand for a V6.
29 grand for a V6. It's heavy as fuck. Doesn't move.
A boat.
And also, you can get the GT model, which is all-wheel drive, with the entire Hellcat package.
Wait, what?
You can get the hood. You can get the
No.
bumpers. You can get the dual exhaust.
No.
You can get everything from it in the V6 package from factory. And it is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever. Dude, I'm
SXT?
not even kidding. I'm about to fucking walk away. Like, I'm getting pissed.
Wait,
Oh my god.
the fucking
it is
V6
so fucking dumb.
So the entry level Challenger SXT V6.
It's like 385 horsepower though. It's
303
decent
horsepower.
Oh my god, it's even worse than I thought.
What?
Yep.
That's so bad.
And it's heavy as fuck. What's the curb weight?
Probably like 4,500 pounds.
49. 100.
49? It's even more than I thought.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You know what's crazy
That's a
is that
boat.
the Challenger is heavier than the Charger, and the Charger's a 4-door car.
Yo.
That's disgusting to think about.
And then, didn't they get rid of the? No, they didn't get rid of the 4-banger in the Camaro, did they?
I
They
think
never
did.
had a 4-banger, I thought.
Yeah, they did. They used to have a
Did they?
they used to have a 2-liter turbo.
Wait.
They might still have it. I don't know.
Chevy's website is so confusing.
Well, it's a piece of shit. It's also Chevy.
Chevy. I can't even fucking. It says 2.0. I'm trying to go to build and it's all fucky and fucky.
Like, go to the drop down, click on the car, press build, and go through it.
I can't. It
It's not
just.
that
I mean, like all the shit comes up, and it's like it makes no sense. Like shit that makes no sense comes up. Anyway, I think Ford has the best entry level one though.
They do. The fact that you can get an EcoBoost. Here's the thing. No one can deny that the EcoBoost engine is great. It's great. Like it's exactly what it's what it's supposed to be. It's a great fucking car.
Yup.
Oh,
I
here we
just
go.
I can't stand how it sounds.
2.0
It's so
turbo
bad.
for the 1LS is a 2.0 turbo. Starts at 26. It's not giving me the power though because Ford's or Chevy's website is amazing. Oh, here we go. Power 275.
But it is an LS.
1LS.
Capabilities are kind of great or absolute shit.
What's the curb weight on this shit?
It depends on which one you get though, because that's the thing. Like if you get a like the what is it? It's the LT4, the LT4 V8 that's in those, dude. Those things make a lot of power.
Yes,
A
they do.
lot of power. And
With
honestly,
very little like work on your end.
I have a gripe with this car because I love the interior design. The blind spots are just so
Of
bad.
what? The Camaro?
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I feel like it's the same. I haven't been in the newer Mustang, so I really don't know. But I feel like it's the same for the Mustangs.
The Mustang's better. The Mustang's bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's the same for all of these fucking cars.
Let's rate the interiors 1 to 3. What's number 3?
Like worst?
Yeah, Challenger. Easy,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Best
100%.
It's
interior
just
though.
dated and stupid.
Best
I
interior.
would say the Mustang's the best one.
I would like the Mustangs the most.
I like
if
the
I was
Mustang.
bailing it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
more comfortable than all the other ones. It's well, I don't know. The Challenger is pretty comfortable inside, but the seats are super comfortable. I can't stand the way they look.
The seats are made
interior's
for
fucking
fat
ugly.
people, bro.
Yes.
But one of the biggest things about the Mustang that I love so much is the fact that, like with the Mustang,
Mustang has the best
interior, you also get the Sync 4 with the
And you
new
get-
Mustang.
you
Sync
get a
4
full
is
digital
fucking
display?
Great.
For the
It depends
gauge.
on the model that you get. You can get it, but it's optional. It's more expensive.
Oh, okay. But like,
Which
you can
makes
get it on
sense.
the
I mean, I'm not
4-banger
mad at
though.
that. Yeah, you can. You can get it on every. I think you can get it on every model, or every engine. I don't think they have the V6 anymore. I think they got rid of it,
Yeah, Mustang got rid of the V6. Yep.
as they should. Honestly, the EcoBoost was selling way more. They needed to get rid of that.
EcoBoost was too savage.
But the new 2021 Ford Mustang that they're doing, the new Mach 1, is so sweet. I love it. I think they did such a good job with the design styling. The only issue I have with it is that you can't take off any of the stripes.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the fact that you can't take off stripes. I think that's a huge
That's
problem.
100% fair. Like, I think that's a really weird decision to make.
With the Mach
Yeah.
1, you said?
With the Mach 1, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't take off the stripes, and that's just fucking
Alright.
stupid.
You guys want to compare the highest end trims?
The
Yeah.
highest M trims of
Yeah,
them?
so the
Yeah.
GT500, the obviously the Hellcat, Red Eye, and the fucking what's the Camaro one?
ZL1.
Yep.
For me, it is going the exact same way. It is going Challenger, Camaro, Mustang.
Really? You want the ZL1 over the Hellcat Red Eye?
100%. Because they can turn.
No, like seriously, that's fair.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, bro. But yeah,
I
the
really have a-
GT500 is wild.
Yes, it is.
The GT500 is insane. It's a great car.
And I don't even care that it's automatic. It's just savage.
Oh, I mean, it's a fucking 10-speed or 8-speed dual clutch. Who can be upset with that?
I think it's one of those cars we
7-speed,
talked about last time that makes sense to be an automatic.
Yeah, but the thing is, Camaro's ZL1 is offered in a 6-speed manual.
Don't want it.
Why?
No, you do, because their ZF transmission isn't as good as the
No.
manual.
I'm saying I don't want the ZL1.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Period.
Yeah, I don't want the ZL1 either.
Like if I'm in, I think the craziest thing about the GT500 is that, you know, the more you can put an extra like $20,000 in package upgrades in it, and the carbon fiber package alone is $18,500. You get 20-inch exposed carbon fiber wheels, full carbon fiber wheels, adjustable strut top mounts, a catch can, exposed carbon fiber instrument panel, 315 rear Michelin Pilot Cub Sport 2 tires, which are fucking nuts. A rear seat delete for weight loss. Recaro micro suede seats in the front. You get extra splitter stuff up front, and then you also get an adjustable spoiler as well. Like, it puts on a lot of shit. Like, a lot of shit. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can get carbon fiber ceramics, or you can get carbon ceramics too.
Wait, guys, I just discovered something.
It's just straight up track car. It's insane.
The Challenger has another model above the red eye.
It's a demon.
It's the super stock.
Oh, the new one. Yeah, the super stock is supposed to be the demon replacement.
Jesus.
That's such an ugly name, though. Super stock.
Super stock is a classic name. It's a classic name.
Oh, for stock cars. Okay.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When they first made the Challenger, they had a super stock, and the super stock was like the top end version of it.
In terms of looks, though, the GT500, oh my god, it looks so
it is
amazing.
The sexiest car out of all of them. And you know what's crazy too? It's still rocking the 2015 to 2017
front end. Yeah.
Like, it's not, dude, imagine if it was the upgraded front end. I would fall, yeah, I'd be head over
is
heels
it?
for this car even more. Yeah, that's last gens.
Jesus.
It looks
last
the same
refresh.
as the other one, though.
No, it's not. Look at the headlights. The headlights are totally different.
Those headlights are sexy. They're just dark.
That's
Like
just
they have black
such a
housings and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that they needed to listen to everybody on, is that, like, when the 15 Mustang came out, they were too bright. The headlights were too bright. It looked really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But they did such a great job with the fucking, like, 16, 17 and up. Like, once they started refining some things, such a good job, man.
Wasn't it 2018 that they did the refresh?
2018 was the refresh, yeah. And I love the refresh. I love the refresh. A lot of people hated it, and I didn't understand why. But the ZL1 is definitely a second, and then the Challenger can suck my cock.
It's minimal differences with the refresh, but yeah, I see the difference.
I think that's because they felt they had the right design and just needed tweaks.
Yeah, they didn't need to really do anything. They did such a good job with the car already. Like, what the fuck's the point of changing anything, you know?
True. I do like the 2018 one better. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's kind of hard when it comes to, like, the Camaro and whatnot, though, because the Camaro is a lot cheaper.
Yes, but also the Camaro's just sitting in it's sitting in the middle because no one has a good or negative, like, opinion on it. I think that's why it sits at number 2 for all of us.
Is that spec like the ZL1? Is that spec equivalent, would you say, to the other two? Because it's not, right? In terms of power and shit. I feel like it's below
650 horsepower. It's less horsepower than both of the cars.
Yeah.
But if that's the thing, like,
they
I'm
don't
gonna
have
be
a
straight
spec
up.
to compete with the other two, though.
I don't care how fast a car goes in a straight line.
It's how it performs on a track, in my opinion.
It's how it well, not even just performs on a track, but if I can daily, if I wanted to daily this car, so easy to daily. It has auto rev matching, for Christ's sake. Like, it's a good car to be able to just drive on the street and also navigate a track too. Like, if you wanted to take this car out of your garage, drive it to the track, drive the track for a couple hours, leave, go back home, wash it up really quick, put it back in your garage, it's done. You're good. The Challenger, you're going to hope you can get it around a track. It's 5,000 pounds.
Dude,
It's 2.5 fucking tons. And it's
I think
800 and something horsepower.
Boy,
Has a pretty quick 0 to 60.
that's a drag
But quite
car.
honest, it's a straight up drag car. It does nothing around a track, and that's why you always see people crash them, because they don't know how to drive them. They're not meant to turn. They're not. They're too fucking. There's too much force momentum once they start going too fast.
They're not refined.
They're not at all. They're just slapped together, and that's why I can't stand them. They're literally
It's just
slapped
engine
together.
body. It's like, what heart can we put in this body?
Dude, it's also one of those cars, and this is strictly on the community that drives it. It's a car that people get because they think it makes them look like they have money. And then you realize, oh, you have the V6.
Yeah.
So your car is about the same, I don't know, as a Civic that
It's the
performs
same
better.
as the new Camry, bro.
Yes. Like,
And it's heavier.
I see it every time, and it's like, why? Why do you think this was the move? Like, what was the point of this?
Mopar.
It just sucks, man. Like I truly love my American muscle cars. I really do.
My dad raised me with Mopar and beat me
Oh, dear
when I
Lord.
didn't agree with him.
You fucking idiot.
It sucks because like for the $82,000 you have to spend
For the super stock.
for the base MSRP on the super stock, you don't get that much, man. You
And
just
the
don't.
GT500 is 10 grand less.
Yes.
The GT500 is 10 grand less, but you can put an extra 20 grand on it to make it like the best fucking car on the track. Like I'm spending that extra 20 grand. I am. Like if I'm buying that car, I'm not cheaping out. If I have the financial ability to fucking buy that car, I'm buying it flat out the way it should be.
I
But
think
there's-
another point.
It's
the-
just like I feel like the Challenger's away, and the fucking interior is so gross. Like it's just it has the worst
the
infotainment center.
interior is
Like,
made for giants.
They have
Yes.
not. They have not updated the interior. They haven't updated the interior since 2015
Bro,
when they did the
The
refresh.
interior is made for giants.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
And like another point that I wanted to highlight about Ford is that Ford isn't afraid to try new things.
Fact.
Right?
But I think we can also say the same thing about Dodge though, because they're putting
Well,
so much into doing
but
this shit.
Dodge
But
does the
Ford
same
is
thing though. They just do it more
completely
savage.
different.
Whereas Ford is doing different things. Like they're trying new
Yeah.
things. You know, they're trying
Ford
like
is re-
EcoBoost and shit like that.
But like we talked about, Ford is refined.
Yeah. But that's the thing. As a muscle car, like muscle car and refinement, they don't go together, or they didn't until now. And
That's-
Ford has
that's true.
combined the two, and that's why I think Ford likes to try, like they like to dip their feet in other territories, whereas Dodge is in one territory, then they take it to the extreme.
Yeah. Like I would love to sit there and like here's the thing, man. When I see a Challenger, like if I saw a Hellcat Red Eye, wide body Hellcat Red Eye driving down the street, I'm looking at that car and I'm like, fuck, that thing's sick. Like it is such a cool car. It really is. I'm not gonna lie. 797 horsepower and a rear wheel drive V8 muscle
So
car.
excessive.
It's so excessive. It's so cool. But
oh my god.
I would never own one. I wouldn't. It's just it's not refined at all. It's just brute force.
But
And
that, you know what? If I'm getting a muscle car, I want it to be raw as fuck.
I don't disagree with that. I get what you're saying.
Like, especially one like that, I would want it just be stupid. Please.
Yeah. And that's what it is. That's the thing. That's exactly what it is. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's got fucking it literally comes with fucking radials, for crying out loud.
Wait,
Like-
I think one other category that we need to compare these cars at is entry level V8 spec.
I mean,
Because I think the Mustang
Challenger can go home. Challenger can fuck
yeah,
off.
because the Challenger
Yeah.
entry level is just the RT, and you just
Yeah,
get a
which is
three.
just a
You only get
5.7.
375 horsepower in your boat.
And it's so fucking slow.
5,300 pounds.
My ST would beat them all the time.
And the thing is, with the Mustang GT, you get like what 485 fucking horsepower, for the same goddamn price.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like, Mustang has the entry-level shit down. What about Camaro?
Is it up to 485 now?
Yeah, they're 485.
Holy fuck.
For
Dude,
entry level.
5 years ago, they were 420.
Blaze it?
Okay. Idiots.
The Mustang, I think, is 450.
It's the LT1. Yeah, the LT1, 455. Yeah, so... Yeah, Dodge is like out of the game when it comes to entry-level V8. And the funniest part to me about that is like all the Mopar fuckers, they get the damn RT. Like, that's what they have.
And they think they're badass. They
think they're badass when like literally, and like they shit on Ford and Camaro, yet their entry-level is the same price and like making like 100 more fucking horsepower.
And you know what's crazy too is like my sister has a Chrysler 300. She has a Chrysler 300C all-wheel drive with the Hemi. So she has 385 odd horsepower or 375, whatever it is, in her sedan. That's badass. And it's all-wheel drive.
Yep.
That's cool.
That's
I'm not buying a rear-wheel drive two-door coupe at the base model with 385 horsepower when all the other cars have 100 horsepower more. And they're better looking, they're faster.
You have to pay an extra.
And they're just a better car.
You have to pay an extra $6,000 to get the 485 with the Scat Pack. It's just not worth it.
No,
it's not. And even then, it's still slower. It's
still
fucking
heavier,
slower.
Yep.
Because it weighs
5,300 pounds. That's fucking wild.
5,300 pounds.
Yes.
Oh my god! It literally weighs.
Even the RT. The RT is that much.
I'm not kidding. It weighed more than my SUV.
That's fucking insane. Like, they're not kidding when they call it boats. They're not fucking kidding, bro.
You know what's crazy too is that they just announced like a couple of months ago they're bringing an EV version. They're literally bringing an electric Challenger.
Really?
Coming in the next few months. They're announcing it.
That's gonna make it heavier though.
We'll fucking see. Who knows?
That's a little wild.
I think we can move on. Honestly.
Can we?
We're just at this point we're fucking nitpicking. We're nitpicking shit. Like we all agree, right? Mustang, Camaro, Challenger.
Yes.
That's the lineup.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
1, 2. That's our 1, 2, 3.
That's my 1, 2, 3.
Challengers have the absolute worst culture. Camaro guys are way too fucking cocky for what they have. Mustang guys don't know how to drive. That's just the way it is. They all have their gripes.
I mean, like they all have their shitty fans. So before we continue, right? Just know, no matter what we decided on, 2 out of the 3 of the groups of people watching this will fucking hate us.
Gives a fuck. I don't give
a fuck. Doesn't that just show how toxic the whole
learn to drive and learn
is?
to read, and then come talk to us.
Learn to hit more crowds.
Okay, that's not what we want. Oh man,
100% what I want.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to this damn fucking spotlight.
Ah, yes. The car spotlight is me today, guys. And you know, I picked the perfect car, the Mini Cooper. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck off.
No, but for a car spotlight, I'm going to pick a car that I think is extremely underrated. It is the Nissan 300ZX.
Twin turbo?
Yes, V6 twin turbo. And I'm going to say this car's underrated because look at the time period. You know, this car came out in the 90s. Twin turbo V6 that made 300 horsepower. Now that's wild. Like, it's, you know, like for the time, those specs are pretty wild. Okay.
Facts.
And even today, if you want one today, I think they're still priced really well. Like, it's a great car to buy if you want like a classic JDM car. They're priced pretty low and you get great power out of them, and they're fun. 5-speed manual. And I think they look awesome. I think the look is so like retro, and I love it because even the new Z that they're making, like a lot of its design language is based off of this car, at least in the back, right? In the back, these taillights are like, the new Z's taillights are based off of this car, and I love that look. And believe it or not, if fun fact, if nobody knew, the headlights of the 300ZX are the same ones in the Diablo Lamborghini. Did you guys know that? They shared the headlight part.
Wait, they actually shared it? I thought it was just a design share.
No, like it's a shared part.
Yo, you have a fucking Diablo, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just think like again, think of its competition too. At the time, you had the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, the car that I also love. Then you had, this is Nissan, the Subaru SVX, which nobody really knows about, and then Honda had the NSX and all that. Like this car was solid. Like it's a solid platform. Rear wheel drive, V6 twin turbo, 300 horsepower. Like that's solid numbers, solid platform. I think it was a great competitor. And the best part about this car versus the rest, when you look at it today, it's priced the lowest.
Yes, it is.
Maybe the VR4 is in the same boat, but the VR4 has so many fucking issues because of that transverse mounted engine and the extremely fucking complicated transmission and shit, like all that, and like the transfer case, all that shit. There's so many issues with the VR4, but this is just simple rear wheel drive V6.
Yeah,
it's definitely a car that, I mean, you tried to talk me into getting one like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I absolutely was not here for it. Then I started looking into it more, and it's like, fuck. This thing's kind of fucking nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
But I've also noticed people did not take care of this car.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
Unfortunately.
The 3000, those two cars are like...
They're awesome, but they're not taken care of.
They're dogged on so hard. Yeah. People just do not care when they own one.
Think of the platform that they're sitting on, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's such an awesome platform.
Especially for the time. That's fucking nuts to think about. All-wheel drive, twin-turbo V6 manual?
I want one. I want one.
And two-door? Are you kidding me? That is badass.
And they were Target tops, too.
Yeah.
God, they look so good stanced out, dude. Oh, my God.
Yeah, when they're taken care of and done well, man, it's a hell of a car to see.
Facts.
I wish...
You just never see them.
I mean, yeah, like Nissan continued these cars, but the body style it's never been the same since this generation. I think this generation had the weirdest body style. It was like the longest and the most sleek. Because going prior to this, the Z31, which is the prior generation 300ZX, it looked more like a Datsun. And then going forward, the 350Z, it looks more like a hatch, right? They like had the more rounder rear end, whereas this car had like that long, like like almost Lambo level of body lines, and none of the other Z cars had that. Even the brand new one doesn't have that. And I think
what was the point of the 370?
To make losers that like the 350 spend more money.
I think it looks better though, in my opinion.
Oh, it's 100% better looking than the 350.
I think the 350 looks better.
It's too rounded for me. I like the sharp angles of the 370.
But one thing I've never liked about either of the cars is the body kits they come out with.
Oh, they're so bad.
I don't understand why.
They're so bad.
A car made in the mid-2000s will forever have a fucking 90s body kit from Fast and Furious.
It'll never be good.
Like, it makes no sense to me.
But yeah, I miss the low roof design of this specific generation. The the Z32 300ZX had that long low roof, long fucking exotic body line. I fucking love that.
Can we talk about
they just can't fit people that are 6 foot and above.
Bro, can we talk about the chokehold that Nissan had on sports cars
back in the 90s?
Yes.
Fuck, man. You had so many options. Like, you had this, you had all the GTRs, you had this fucking Silvias. Like, oh my God.
240s,
you were
S15,
spoiled for
S14,
the Pulsars. You were spoiled for choice.
Like, they were just fucking on the up and up, and then family cars.
And now, all of a sudden,
the new Sentra.
The aftermarket scene is 10 times better, and they're not seeing a lick for it.
Introducing the Sentra Nismo.
If they had just like kept on the same, they would be the aftermarket at this point.
Yeah, but like, they had to make the Sentra Nismo at 188 horsepower, bro.
But they had to fucking ruin everything with the fucking R35.
Yep.
Is that the one that ruined it?
I think so.
I think so. I think they ruined everything with the R35. I don't think it's a good car at all. But
Did it even
that
ruin
is
your
one of our
voice?
next. That's one of our next topics. That will. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the fuck happened. That's one of our next topics that we will get to. But we have one thing before that. So
What's the topic? What's the next topic?
next topic is van culture, and you think that it's good? Can fuck off. It's fucking stupid.
My Honda Odyssey, though. You can't make fun of my Honda Odyssey.
Shut the fuck up. Van culture's so dumb.
No, it's not.
Don't tell me to listen, Brian. Shut up.
I think it's kind of cool, though. I think it's kind of cool.
Van culture is literally
It's like a house.
like the dudes that get into it are like the 30+ guys with the wife and 3 kids who still love cars. So what's the problem? They're the most unproblematic people in the car community.
It's not about being problematic. It's just so dumb.
But what's dumb about it? What's the problem?
There's nothing redeeming about it. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I've seen a couple of fast like Honda Odysseys like at a drag strip online that are put down crazy numbers. But I'm sorry, that is just not. That is not. It's not.
I think van culture is harmless fun.
Harmless. I mean, okay, I do agree with that. I agree with that. But again, I just don't like it. I don't. I think
you don't have to like it.
Complete waste.
Yeah, like obviously, like not everyone has to like it, but I think it's interesting.
It is interesting. Again, I agree.
Especially
but I just don't like it.
the JDM
do you know
van
what van
culture
kind of started from though?
All those Japanese K car vans, right?
Well, that's part of it. There was also a group of dudes who would just take vans to like drift tracks and swing them around the fucking track.
Stop.
I swear to God. Like they were literally just out there like, yo, I want to have some fun.
There's some cool ass
them and
vans.
their boys would go and just whip these things around the track.
There's some cool ass like mini vans in Japan. Like all the JDM ones.
Dude, they're so cool. Oh my God.
So many different types. Dude. Yo, Honda has some like Honda made fucking Mugen ones. Or like is it Mugen or Mugen?
I don't know. I call it Mugen, but I don't care.
Like Mugen made a sick ass kit for like a minivan or something, or like a version. It was pretty wild.
Dude, I think it's just
for the
fact
Odyssey.
That like, they, in my opinion, van culture is the one part, or is a part of the car scene that's like they don't try to take themselves too seriously. It's
yeah,
like
they're just kind of having fun.
Exactly, like they know they're just in vans, but it's like, yo, I'm gonna bag this thing, slam it on the ground, throw a roof rack up there, and we're gonna have snacks in the back.
Yeah, like it's just like a chill place to hang out, but on wheels.
Yes.
And it looks kind of like they're trying to make it look cool, which I don't have a problem with that.
I wish you could. Honestly, I think one thing that bothers me the most
Get in the
about
back
that
of my van. I mean,
is that oh God, I think the thing that bothers me the most about that is that trucks could be the exact same way if they weren't owned by absolute jackasses.
Yeah, but there's not enough room in a truck. Like a van is more livable. A truck is just
but that's the thing.
And
but you
you
guys just said
calluses on my hands.
But you're not listening to me. So if you think about it, what you just said, let's have snacks in the back of the van and just chill. What do you think people tailgate with the most? Trucks. But they're just owned by jackasses most of the time. At least the people that modify them.
Wait, what?
But yeah, that's kind of the point.
That's so much more money though to have like a whole ass trailer on the back.
No, you don't need a trailer.
You just do it in the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
While you're driving?
No, we're not talking about doing it while we're driving. We're talking about like
van
a
can
meet.
do that.
Talking about like a meet or something. That's what we're talking about.
What about road trips? What about all the things you can do while you're driving?
But
get
also,
a big ass expedition, baby.
I think kind of against what you were, Jake. I think against what you were saying. I think a slammed truck looks stupid.
Slam trucks are so dumb. It does not fit.
Even the Datsun trucks?
No. I'm talking like real trucks, like
American trucks.
We're talking full size quarter tons
like
and half tons.
F-150s, Silverados. They look stupid as hell slammed.
It's just dumb. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because
it's so bad.
Also, the van to me is still, you can still use it for its intended purpose, right?
Yeah.
If you slam a fucking truck, what First of all, what are you hauling?
It's now completely useless.
Exactly. Like, I don't get it.
Like, are you buying the truck just for the look? Because that's dumb. You should be
I think
using it.
Also,
You should-
right now, I think a lot of people. I can't say most because I know there's still people that use their trucks to haul stuff, to do like real hard labor work. But a lot of people just like the look of a truck.
A lot of people like my buddy, one of my best friends, he's talked about getting a truck next, but he's a cop. And I'm like,
If he's hauling weapons, I would understand it.
well, he's not allowed. You're not allowed to in your POVs when you're like a city cop.
Well, I just meant like not for work. I meant for like if he's into guns outside of that, you know?
Then buy an SUV.
I mean, but I can understand having it in the truck. Like that's like I'm trying to make it make sense.
But it doesn't make sense. There's no way to make sense of it. If you're not using it practically, that's not practical to me. It's not at all. I think it's a heck of a lot easier to break into a fucking tonneau cover of your truck than it is to break into a car.
You know how many missing tailgates I've seen in my life? I 100% agree with that.
Like, if you're not using a truck for a functional purpose, or you don't like do like, you know, your own home improvement stuff, you use it for work or whatever, or you have like a camper that you need to like, you know, tow around a lot or whatever it may be, something along those lines, there is absolutely no reason for you to have a truck.
I agree.
There isn't. Is that a Pacifica?
Yeah. And it looks so good stanced for some reason.
Okay, it looks good stance, but I would never buy that ever.
Well, no, I don't think any of us.
Think about it this way, bro. Like, we like hatchbacks, right? These are just like
shut the
bigger
fuck up.
hatchbacks.
You need to shut the fuck up and stop
They're
talking.
just bigger hatchbacks.
No.
They are.
Shut the fuck up.
They are.
Shut up.
They
Shut
are
the fuck
just
up.
bigger
Shut
hatchbacks.
the fuck up.
That's
Do
what
not make that comparison.
a
No, they're
van
not.
is
They're
a-
not. It's not a bigger hatchback. It's completely different. If I'm buying a hatchback, you know what I'm buying? I'm going to buy like a Focus RS or an STI, something with a manual all-wheel drive, something badass, something fast, something that's practical,
Yo,
but
it
something
makes
that I can
sense now.
put people on the street with.
It's the
But if I'm
Japanese
buying a
large
fucking
hatch,
van,
hot
it's-
hatch.
No, I'm literally going to leave. I'm getting